If you don't use social media, people probably think something is wrong with you. They assume you're hiding something, that you're antisocial, that you can't keep up, or that you've somehow dropped out of modern life. And if you say you don't have Instagram, the room gets quiet. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Choosing not to use social media isn't a social failure. It's a psychological preference. Social media is a high-stimulation environment. Notifications, opinions, comparison, validation, endless scrolling, constant exposure to other people's lives. For some nervous systems, that feels exciting. For others, it's cognitive overload. Psychology links this to low tolerance for informational saturation and a higher need for mental regulation. In simple terms, some brains don't thrive in constant input. They burn out. And here's something deeper. Social media requires performance. You're not just living, you're presenting, posting, curating, responding, maintaining visibility. For people with a strong internal identity, that can feel unnatural. Their sense of self doesn't depend on an audience. They don't need public confirmation to feel real. And that can make others uncomfortable. Because in a culture built on visibility, invisibility looks suspicious. There's also the boundary factor. Posting content means allowing access to your thoughts, your face, your routines, your relationships. Not everyone finds that psychologically safe. People who avoid social media often draw a very clear line between private and public, and they prefer to control who enters their inner world. Now, here's something that rarely gets said. Social media fragments attention. Scroll, swipe, click, react, repeat. For individuals who value deep focus, slow thinking, and uninterrupted internal processing, this feels like mental erosion. Stepping away isn't retreat. It's protection of cognitive integrity. And let's break another myth. Not using social media doesn't mean you dislike people. Many of these individuals prefer direct communication, real conversations, long discussions, unfiltered connection. They choose depth over visibility, presence over projection. Sometimes, yes, stepping away can be part of healing, burnout, emotional exhaustion, overstimulation, but often it's simply alignment. People who don't use social media often compare themselves less, regulate emotions more independently, tolerate silence better, and feel less driven by external approval. That is not social dysfunction. That's internal stability. In a world obsessed with being seen, choosing not to perform is a radical act. And maybe that's what unsettles people. Because when you don't need the spotlight, you're not playing the same game. So if someone ever made you feel behind for not being online, understand this. You are not absent. You're selective. You are not disconnected. You're intentional. And sometimes the strongest identity is the one that doesn't need an audience. If this resonated, subscribe. Because psychology isn't about judging behavior, it's about understanding why some people choose depth over display.